Ladies and gentlemen, for the people that are listening to this stream, if you thought I was a coon before, then this is truly going to push your belief. Here we go. This story comes out of Biloxi, Mississippi. Count them, 5 teenagers that you see on my screen are now charged with capital murder in the death of a 16-year-old Biloxi girl by the name of Madison Harris. And yes, you guys heard that right. The black individuals that you see on my screen are all involved in a murder of one person. Okay? Now, if you guys are familiar with my stories, then you know how serious capital murder is. In a lot of states in the United States of America, it leads to 2 ending results. 1, life in prison upon conviction. 2, you could be put to death legally by the state. It's not the same in every state, but I'm just telling you guys it's a very serious charge, and all 5 of them are facing capital murder. Let's take a look. Just before 2 p.m. on Monday, Biloxi police responded to the 2000 block of Rustwood Drive, located off Pops Ferry Road, for a report of a medical emergency. Once they got there, first responders found a teenage female unresponsive from a gunshot wound. She was taken to a local hospital where she died as a result of her injuries. She died in the operating room around 3:30 p.m. because they tried to save her life, and unfortunately, she did not survive. An autopsy is expected to be performed Wednesday in Jackson, Mississippi. The 5 juveniles were arrested Monday shortly after the shooting and accused in the death of a young lady. Let me see if I can get her picture up on the screen because there were very few pictures of her out there. This beautiful young lady right here. And I want y'all to look at this. I'm going to take a pause real quick. That is such a bright smile. And if y'all know me, then y'all know that when I see kids, and to me, she's a kid, okay? She's 16 years old. She's like almost my daughter's age. I'm actually old enough to be her father, okay? And when I see that smile, I just see a beautiful soul, right? I mean, there's nothing like when you see a person smile, like it just melts your heart. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know anything really about her, but the family spoke so many awesome things about her. And this is just really a shame. But that's Madison Harris, 16 years old. They are identified as Yakisha Blackman. Let's go back. Yakisha Blackman, who was 17 years old. Willow O. Blackman, so I'm assuming they're related, 15 years old, right next to her. Jasmine Joy-Sade or Sade Kelly, who's 15 years old, in the middle. Jarvis Jermaine Cook, 17 years old. And the other male is Jaquez Devontae Porter, who is 17 years old. I'm just saying, yes, Yakisha, like the yaki that they put in their hair, the tacky yaki. Let's move on past that. Let's move on. Police say that the 5 Biloxi teens attempted to use a gun to rob Harris at a home in the 2000 block of Rustwood Drive, which is located off Pops Ferry Road. An altercation took place, and Harris ended up shot. That's according to the police. Police said that the 5 teenagers went to the victim's home to allegedly rob her and threaten her with a gun. Put a pin in that. We'll return to that. During the fight, the victim was shot, police said, and the suspects fled from the home in different directions. Of course, a fight broke out. Why would anybody just allow somebody to violate them and rob them and steal from them inside of their home? So in my opinion, like if somebody were to break in my house, you goddamn right it's going to be a fight. So and it could have ended a lot worse. And I want you guys to think about this for a second. For the people who get triggered by niggers, I want you to keep this in mind. We would be protesting if the parents had guns inside of that house. And what if they defended this girl? What if the parents killed all 5 of those niggers that you see on my screen? I want y'all to imagine that, because recently we did a story about a black man who had 3 teenagers rob him, and he shot and killed all 3 of them when they broke into his house. Y'all remember that story? What if those white people would have caught them, shot them, and killed them? Think about that for a moment. We would be protesting in the street right now. Black Lives Matter would be involved. The NAACP would be involved. All the pro-blacks would be talking about this story if the parents would have killed all 5 of those niggers. I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to say that, sorry. I meant they would have been protesting if they would have killed these 5 innocent little black fetuses who wouldn't have stepped on an ant and would give the shirt off their back to a needy friend. My apologies. These kids fled in multiple directions, leading police to canvass the neighborhood looking for them. Witness statements and evidence found at the scene of the murder led investigators to locate all 5 of them shortly after the shooting and piece together what actually happened to Madison Harris, the young girl that you guys saw on my screen. Madison Harris also told her grandparents that she wanted to be an astronomer, so they bought her a telescope for Christmas. I want y'all to think about that. That girl right there wanted to be an astronomer, and they actually bought her a telescope. But they would never be able to see where that passion could have taken this girl, and I think that is a tragedy in itself. Now catch this. A $1 million bond was set for all of the suspects. So each one of them got $1 million bond. Do y'all think that sounds about right? Because I do. Now, this is an ongoing investigation, and anybody with information about this murder is asked to contact Biloxi Police at 228-392-0641. You could also call in anonymous tips at Crime Stoppers or Mississippi Coast Crime Stoppers at 877-787-5898, or you can go online and visit them. I got a lot more to say, but let me go ahead and show you guys the news videos before I say probably the worst part about this video. So I want y'all to stay tuned in, click that thumbs up, let's get it in. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
Family members of a Biloxi 16-year-old shot and killed thought that the 5 teenagers charged in her death were her friends. Well, now those friends face capital murder charges. News 5's Brianna Hollis is in our newsroom with more on how the victim's family is dealing with this. Brianna?
They're sad, of course, they're heartbroken, but it really does seem to be shock over anything else right now, because those family members say they have seen these suspects in their house before.
They were in our house, I thought, as friends a number of different times, yes. They just lived 2 or 3 houses down and across the street.
But when those 5 teens came over on February 24th, it went much differently. They left in handcuffs. 16-year-old Madison Harris left for dead. James Waldeck, who was engaged to Harris's grandmother, says he found out something was wrong when he got an alert on his Ring doorbell.
Charged in an unlocked door here at the carport, and within a matter of 10 seconds of shooting and screaming, and then them running out the door.
These are the 5 suspects: Yakishia Blackman, Willow Blackman, Jasmine Kelly, Jarvis Cook, and Jaquez Porter. They're all between 15 and 17 years old.
We think they were involved in a burglary at the house 2 weeks ago.
Waldeck reported the crime to police, and he thinks Monday's violence may have been in response to that.
And we're afraid that this may have been retaliation against us reporting their crime.
4 of the suspects are being held on a $1 million bond. One of them wasn't issued a bond because he has previous assault charges. Reporting live in the newsroom, Brianna Hollis, WKRG News 5.
Madison was here, and her very good friend Paul, and her dad was in the backyard raking leaves. And one girl came in, I saw on Ring doorbell about a half hour before, and then, according to my Ring doorbell, 4 of them charged in an unlocked door here at the carport, and within a matter of 10 seconds of shooting and screaming, and then them running out the door, being chased by Paul, her friend, and then her dad.
5 black teenagers took one person's life, a white girl. They took her life. So they took one of them, and now the system, the same white people, are going to take 5 of ours. What did they gain from this? What did they steal that was worth 6 people losing their lives? 6 high school kids are going to lose their lives. They might get sentenced to death, but they're definitely going to spend life in prison. And that beautiful little innocent white girl, Madison Harris, is dead over this. And for what? What did they steal? What did she have? They didn't look like they were rich. They didn't look like they were millionaires or billionaires. Tell me, what did they steal from her? Did she look like a dope girl? Was she selling keys on the low? Is there something that I'm missing? One of these ignorant ass bastards are going to have to explain in court, what were you trying to steal? That family is suffering from believing that not all blacks are like this. I want y'all to put that in a proper perspective when niggas go around talking about, it's not all of us, it's not all, white people do it too. They say that not all black people are like this. Hashtag not all. But goddamn, 5 of this girl's own friends, that's a very high percentage. She thought that these 5 people were her friends. They went to school together. That's how they were familiar with her. That's how they knew where she lived. And they felt comfortable enough. And keep in mind that most robberies occur, if you're black, then you probably know this. If you've ever had your house kicked in or had your car broken into, it's usually by somebody who you know. Statistics prove that, especially for murders and especially for what we call kickdos and robberies, right? The mothers of these kids are going to blame this on somebody else. They're always going to say it was somebody else's fault. They're never going to point the finger at their own kid and say, yeah, my kid fucked up. How many of them do you think are going to do that? I say there's not a chance. How is it that none of these 5 thought to say, hey, guys, maybe we shouldn't do this? Let alone do this to one of our friends. Madison is our friend. We shouldn't do this to our friend. Maybe we should rethink this. Maybe whatever Madison has or whatever we think Madison has, it's not worth it. How is it that 5 individual minds all said, fuck that, let's get it cracking? Not one of them said, no, I'm not going to participate. None of them did like Trey did in Boys in the Hood and jumped out of the car. They all went to go commit the murder. Literally, they did. Just like in Boys in the Hood. If y'all haven't seen that movie, pop it in. And matter of fact, I think it was 5 people in the car, was it not? 5 niggas in the car went to go kill some niggas. But in this case, these niggas went and killed their own friend. They befriended this girl and then they betrayed her trust. You cannot find 5 black teenagers in the United States of America that you will catch on camera or hear a story about that broke up a fight. You will not find one single story about 5 black people who stopped a fight from happening. But you can find 5 black people to help you rob your friend. Put that into proper perspective. I want you to take all of those things that are based in facts and tell me what I said that was wrong. Don't tell me about how I hate myself. Don't tell me how my mindset is messed up. Don't tell me how the white man is over here paying me and making sure that I'm rich and living lavish, because guess what? I'm not. And I know that there's a lot of people that like being miserable and misery loves company and they want me to not have shit. I get it. I understand. But the truth is the truth. And that's why I believe in standing on the truth, because I believe that's really where we're going to make a difference if we want to get better in the United States of America as a people, as Americans. We're all Americans. I don't really like the terminology of black, white, and all of this stuff because they're just colors. I believe that we're all American and we all should bleed red, white, and blue. How about that? Madison Harris, who shares my last name, that angel deserved better, and she trusted her friends that they would never do some heinous shit like this. She had a lot of promise and she could have went on to be something great. And unfortunately, her parents and her real friends and the people that loved her would never get an opportunity to see it come into fruition. That's a damn shame. And to those 5 black people that did this, we're just as good in society without them, especially if they're going to be that dumb and make those kind of decisions, okay? But again, to the family, I hope you guys understand where I'm coming from. And I want to wish an RIP to Madison. To these people right here, you'll have your day in court, and hopefully they'll throw the book at you. You deserve it. This is your boy DJ Just J. As you can see from the shirt, we're the AFC. That means we advocate for children first. From my heart to yours, from my heart to yours, I love you guys. Thank you guys for listening to this stream. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe if you have not already done so. We should have about 450 people, 460 people to click that subscribe button. If you want to show support to the stream, then you guys know we have links in the description box. Please make sure you utilize those and support a platform that advocates for children first. From my heart to yours, I love you. Y'all have a blessed night. Thank you. Goodbye. Peace.